Well, hello everyone, and I'm really glad you're able to join me, and welcome to Elphicks Fisheries. Of course, where else would I rather be? And for the next 24 hours we are fishing Prairie Lake, the lake of which a few weeks ago brought me my best session to date, and we are in the same swim, so I'm really happy about that. This swim is always taken up quite a lot of the time because it does produce a good amount of fish, but we're very lucky and we're able to get back onto the swim within which yeah, a lot of my fishing memories to date are from. So it's meant to be fairly cold tonight, dropping around about 9-10 degrees, same as the last session which I had, and it's not meant to rain, which is it's going to be an experience, because the last time I was in this swim it absolutely poured it down. We had thunder and lightning. It was just not the best conditions, but then the fish that we caught I think made up for that. And ultimately, when you are carp fishing, the weather's not always going to be on your side, but it's just the way it is. So yeah, I am thoroughly excited. So I'm going to get all the fishing gear out and set up and go from there. But just to sort of give you a look at the swim from last time, facing out to the water. So the plan is to get one rod down the right hand side here. So if I just show you this right hand side, just a rod or a rig just off the margins from the weeds, and then another rod, my left hand rod's just going to go out towards the back where the margins are. So yeah, I'm very hopeful, looking forward to it, and hopefully we get something out. So I'll get everything set up and I will speak to you sort of around about 40 minutes or so. I'm just going to get the rods straight out. I'm not going to worry about the bivvy until after. But yeah, rods straight out, rigs in the water, go from there. Speak to you in a little bit. So we've managed to get all of the rods out and we are fishing. I've been fishing for around about half an hour or so, obviously setting up the bivvies and setting up everything around, and in between just looking at the water and just seeing where the fish are showing. And what I've found is that towards more of the depths of the lake, the depth of the lake is fairly consistent throughout. There are a lot more bubbles coming up sort of more centrally to the lake, but then I've seen fish are splashing out really quite close to the reed line, and I have been debating whether to place a rig closer to the reeds, more than half a rod length off, but I think I'm going to stay where I am because I know it's worked in the past. But especially when it comes to this time of year, we're in autumn and we're starting to push towards winter and things are getting slightly more colder. It very much is a case of just seeing where the fish are showing, and wherever the fish are showing you cast to where the fish are showing, and that's how you get your bites. But I think in between, especially when the water is calm, and the good thing that I'm seeing is that the breeze, because there's a very faint breeze at the moment, but the breeze is, the ripples in the water are pushing towards this side of the lake, and that tends to be most of the time throughout the year. So sometimes they say that the way that the wind blows is where the fish go towards. So I'm hoping, and from where I've found as well, where the fish tend to coast the reed line throughout, get to this point and then sort of head back off towards sort of the middle of the lake. So they come around the reed line, come around halfway up, and then just go back out. And I've got a rig placed sort of just on that central point, half a rod length off from the reeds. So it is very much just trial and error, and it's like a fish is just shown right on the corner of the island, which is more towards that way, so I can't really fish that, but they are showing tucked up against the reeds. So I think we'll give it around about half an hour or so, and then I think I might place the rigs a little bit closer to the reeds just to see. Same again, does mean I have to get to it fairly quickly, especially at night as well, but obviously you have to take that risk, especially if you want to land a fish. But it is, as always, trial and error, seeing where the spots work and seeing where the fish are showing. But we've got plenty of time, so there's always time to change things up if needed. But I'm always quite reluctant to change. I never change up unless it's really getting close to the end. I might put a wafter on, but I always fish on the bottom. and especially obviously this time of year as well, we're always fishing on the bottom. But I like to stay consistent, and I like to stay consistent with my rigs. I like to stay consistent with my baiting, consistent with, you know, what I use, and just keep at it really. So yeah, we will see. But if we have to make a change, then we will make a change. But as I say, plenty of time and plenty of opportunity in order to land a fish. It gets darker earlier. Sometimes they say that brings out the fish a little bit more, especially as some more fish are confident coming out during the dark rather than during the day. And then sometimes it can be completely opposite. They can come out more during the day and they'll be less confident to come out at night. So again, just lots of different things we've just got to try and keep observation, make notes of, and go from there really. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. Very excited. I love this lake. This lake is brilliant, and there's just so many great fish in order to try and get a hold of. So yeah, we'll carry on fishing throughout the day, hopefully land a bankside visitor. I'll keep you updated throughout the day on everything that's happened, or if there's any changes that are made, go from there. So yeah, I'll catch up with you all in a little bit, hopefully with the first visitor bankside. Well, it's around about 6 o'clock, and in terms of action so far, we've only had a few bites, but the fish are still continuing to show. Every so often, probably around about every 20 to sort of 30 minutes, of fish is coming out at the surface and splashing, so they're definitely making some noise. I've decided to move the rigs a little bit closer to the reed line, but I think on the next cast, which I'm going to do from where the majority of the splashes that I've heard have come from, sort of more close in to me, to be honest, so I might move them a little bit more into the centre of the lake. But yeah, other than a few bites, that's it for the moment. I've not really heard too much action around the lake as well, but I've just had dinner and feeling very refreshed. It is going to be cold tonight. I thought it was going to stay fairly consistent around about 9 or 10 degrees, but it's dropping to around about 4 degrees at around about 3-4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to wrap up nice and warm. I'm not going to sit out here for too long tonight. Probably get in the bivvy and try and get warm. But as I say, it is just a waiting game. I've chucked a handful of boilies over the top, as I say, not too much. Hopefully we'll have a fish very soon. It would be nice. But yeah, other than that, as always, just having a nice relaxing time at the lake, and just hoping, but listening out and seeing where those splashes are coming from. So yeah, gonna sit here for I think another hour or so. If I don't manage to catch anything, then I'll speak to you before I head to bed. But if I do, then you will see. So yeah. Anyway, fingers crossed, guys. Hopefully, I'll have on soon. Well, good morning, everyone. Had an absolute nightmare this morning. Absolute nightmare. But I think we've been very well rewarded with our second 30 of the year. £30.11 it's gone, and it is a gorgeous fish. Take a look at this, guys. If I can just try and get it up for you. Oh, look at that for a fish. That is absolutely pristine. What a gorgeous, gorgeous carp this is. Oh my word. That is our biggest 30 ever. £30.11. Look at that. Gave up a magnificent fight. And this was caught just a few rod lengths in front of me. I'm shaking. But look at this for a reward. Absolutely unbelievable. These fish are just absolutely pristine in these lakes. Absolutely pristine. And I just could not be happier. Wow, wow, wow. It is a gorgeous carp. Gonna get a few photos and get it back, but what a well rewarded fish. And I'll explain my morning chaos after I've managed to get everything back. But wowee, look at that. Well guys, what an amazing morning it has been. £30.11. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Our second ever 30, it's our biggest ever 30. And last time we came here we had a £30.4, and now we've got a £30.11. So this is definitely by far my favourite swim. And we didn't really get too much action last night. Had a few beeps around about 12 o'clock. I thought that might be the hour that something happens, but anyway, 6:45 this morning, rod screamed off. Really good battle. Managed to get the fish into the net, and obviously realised it was a big fish. So as always, I go and get everything ready just while I let it relax in the net for 10 minutes or so. And that's where my nightmare morning began. I fell asleep fairly early last night. I didn't even manage to get a video before I went to bed. I was just very, very tired. And yeah, my nightmare morning began, or consisted of two things. This and this. And I have no idea how it happened. No idea at all. So I realised that something was wrong when I picked up my phone and realised it was just that in the end of it. So I thought, oh, well, hopefully it's charged it up. But no. Tried to turn my phone on and obviously there was no battery. So yeah, I really had to think, and luckily there was a chap a few swims down who I asked to borrow his iPhone charger, and a really, really friendly guy, and he said, yeah, of course, no worries. So I managed to get the phone charged and get the video and a few photos. So thanks to him, he saved the day. So if you do end up watching this, mate, thank you very much. I very much do appreciate it. But got the rest of the day. I've managed to get a charger from the cafe owner. Same again, really, really nice guy. So I've now got some time to get my phone charged and yeah, sort out everything else. But I have no idea how that happened. I don't know whether it got caught on something, but I mean, you'd at least expect, even if it did, for that not to happen, but it did. So that will forever remain a mystery to me. But oh well. Thankfully, managed to get a video and photos of the carp, and I'm very, very happy about that. So yeah, gonna go get breakfast in a minute. Got plenty of fishing time left for today, and yeah, hopefully we land another bankside visitor. If we don't, I'm very, very happy anyway, but if we do, that's an added bonus. So yeah, gonna relax, go get some breakfast in a minute, carry on fishing, and I will speak to you a little bit later on. Well, we're halfway through the afternoon, and apart from a few beeps on the rods, we haven't had anything as yet. But one thing that I was really looking out for is waiting for the fish to show, and a few fish are now starting to show out towards the middle again, and I've cast towards those fish. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we might manage to get another bankside visitor before we go. But I have said that if we don't catch anything else, I will be more than happy with the session. The only thing I'm not happy with at the moment is it's starting to rain a little bit, and the last few sessions I've had, I've packed up in the rain, and I just thought I can't have one session without there being rain, and it looks like I'm not going to get that wish. There isn't even any light rain forecast, but it's because I'm here, it's because I'm in this swim, that is why it's raining. They've just said, you know what, we'll make it rain because he's in this swim. So do you know what, it is what it is. But if for those who've watched my sandwich and my last Prairie Lake video will know what I use, so I thought I'd show you guys again. But the most important thing in fishing is to be confident in your bait, your rigs, your setup, everything. Confidence is really, really key to making informed decisions in terms of how you carp fish. Now, for me, I started using hit it baits, and I started with them around about mid-year, so this year, and my confidence in my baiting has massively improved. So in terms of what I use, I've got two bags here, a bit dirty because of the mud, but this is tuna and crayfish, and this is sweet pineapple. Now I use both of them, and I tell you what, it is brilliant. So you get a range of different sizes. You can get 16, 14, I think there's 12mm as well. Accompanied with this, you've got pop-ups, wafters, dumbbell wafters as well, and you've got plenty of range in order to choose from in terms of additives. So you've got hook bait spray, you've got spod syrup, you've got the lot. for me, tuna and crayfish has landed a lot of fish for me this year, and a lot of big fish for me, so my confidence is really in tuna and crayfish. But also I've landed lots of fish on sweet pineapple, so really I've got a great choice of range to choose from, which is really good. And additionally to that as well, especially when loading up my method mix, I'm a massive fan of method mix fishing. My granddad got me into method mix fishing, and I haven't changed since, and I probably won't change, to be totally honest with you. So I use chocolate orange method mix always, and then from whatever accompanying boilie I have, so I've got sweet pineapple spod syrup or tuna and crayfish spod syrup, and I'll just soak the method mix in that, use the accompanying hook bait spray, and there we go. I'm happy to set the rigs out. So yeah, that's really good for me, because there was times where I was like, you know what, I might switch up baits, or I might switch, and then I came to, you know, hit it baits, and then yeah, absolutely thoroughly loved fishing with these baits. Really good. So the Hit It Bait website is linked in my YouTube description of my profile. I'll link it down below, and the Hit It Bait Instagram I'll also link below, so you can see plenty of the other catches which anglers have had using Hit It Baits. And my Instagram's also in my bio as well, so if you want to have a look at some of the other catches which I've had with Hit It Bait, then you can do so. But yeah, really happy with the bait, and I'm just full of confidence. And as I say, it's really key to be confident in your fishing. So few hours, about 2 or 3 hours left. It does get dark quick, so I'm gonna start packing up things now, because I don't really know how long this sort of period of light rain is going to last for. Probably get thunder and lightning as well at some point, you know, high gusts of winds out of nowhere. But yeah, oh well, is what it is. I'm very happy anyway. As I said earlier, if I don't get anything else, I'm more than happy, but if I do, it'll just be be a great bonus. So yeah, gonna sit out the last few hours, so keep relaxing, just enjoying my time at the lakes. So we'll see. Well guys, that's us all packed away. Completely underestimated how dark it would get. I even said to myself earlier that I'd start packing up all the gear, but always waiting that extra 10-20 minutes. Had a fantastic session, thoroughly enjoyed it. Didn't get any more bankside visitors after the 30, but I'm not complaining. It was a thoroughly enjoyable session. Going to be fishing up at the end of the month, hopefully on Prairie or Plantation. A few more trips planned in December as well, so really looking forward to those. But I really appreciate you watching. Glad to have you all along with me, and I will see you in the next adventure. Take care.